Hello YouTube and welcome back to another episode of the Zone TV Movie Entertainment with your Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban review. Now, this movie completely changed what Harry Potter was after the first two. After Christopher Columbus did a great job, he stayed on as producer, but he was not the director. However, this movie, like I was saying, took it to a whole other level. If it wasn't for this movie, we wouldn't have got the other ones. We would have got it, but the tone-wise, the tone was darker, more adult, kind of, more, teenage Twilight kind of thing. It was like that, but way better. But Twilight's a good movie too, but I'm not gonna talk about that until next time. Anyway, this one you basically have Harry going to his third year of Hogwarts, and something's happening. Obviously, with Harry Potter, there's always gonna be some kind of drama with him. So he gets to school, and apparently there's this guy who's a prisoner of this jail called Azkaban, and he's a loyal follower to Lord Voldemort. And he basically wants to kill Harry. Everybody says he wants to kill Harry, but Harry's like wondering, well, what the heck did I do to this guy to make him want to, kill me? Well, apparently this guy was supposedly a loyal follower to Lord Voldemort, and after Harry was a baby, got rid of him, he just couldn't take it. So now he's after him, and the guy who played Sirius Black, by the way, that was the name of the wizard, was Gary Oldman. Great job. He did a fantastic job in this movie. He was a great Sirius Black. I didn't think I can pick anybody else to play him. Even if they remake these movies, I don't know who's going to be able to do it better than him. He did a great job. But, there are more things to this character than not even Harry knows. So he starts to dig up information about, why is this guy after me? What's his beef with me? And he finds out, and this whole thing's a spoiler, so if you've never seen Harry Potter, you've been warned. And he finds out that this guy's his godparents, and he was the reason his parents are dead. He supposedly betrayed his parents' trust and told Voldemort where they were hiding, and poof, they're dead supposedly because of him. Not the case. At the end of this movie, you find out that Sirius Black was basically a loyal friend and Harry's godfather to the end. He was basically framed by another character named Wormtail. Now, Wormtail was this character who's basically the follower, number one big fan of Lord Voldemort. This dude, if you saw him today, he would probably be wearing I Love Voldemort t-shirts and ball caps or something. This guy was like the loyal, servant to Lord Voldemort. Anyway, you find out that this guy was actually Ron's pet rat. Scabbers, if you remember that episode, number 2, his little rat that he always carries, that he transformed into him after, he had to go into hiding after Lord Voldemort disappeared. So, other things happen where actually Harry's got to find him and try to figure out why he killed told Voldemort about where his parents were. Like I said, very good movie. This movie even has time travel in a weird way. It was very cool. Obviously they didn't open portals or anything. They just kind of went back in time with magic, but it was so fun. And in this one, it was more a Harry and Hermione story than Harry, Ron, and Hermione. Ron was out of commission, so it was just Harry and Ron had to figure out how to get Sirius Black out of harm's way, because he did escape and he is a wanted man. And then you have these so-called security guards of Azkaban coming after him, called the Dementors. The Dementors are dark creatures who basically, they will suck your joyfulness out of your life, and any longer they will just kill you. So every time they see Harry, they always go after him because his energy is so pure and everything. So whenever they suck it, he just faints. Like I said, very good movie. I really like this movie a lot. A little long than the other ones, more talking than yet action. But when the action comes on, it's very cool. Obviously seeing the Dementors on screen. I remember reading the book and seeing the Dementors in my mind. I was like thinking these guys, they said they were creatures, but I thought they were like also maybe, guys also, who could transform into these creatures. But they were really just basically creatures, Like, you've ever seen Lord of the Rings, those big hooded cloak guys? like in Lord of the Rings in the first one, you know, how they were looking for Frodo. Like those guys, but they float, you know? It wasn't like they could ride horses and have feet. These guys just float like ghosts, but they're all black. And in the inside, they're basically deaf, in a way, you know? Wherever they go, things die. So it's very cool to see these creatures in here. And then you have other mythical creatures in here. You have Buckbeak, which is a hippogriff creature that Harry befriends with. You know, like I said, very cool episode, very cool movie. I like this movie a lot. Like I said, but you know, this movie has its problems. I noticed, like, because I was watching the other day, this movie, I noticed that every time Harry gets in some kind, or Harry has some issues, or, you know, problems, he always fights it head on. I mean, obviously he's going to do it because he's the chosen one, but also I feel like when every time he goes back to Hogwarts, something's always, you know, coming after him. And, you know, people who just, especially in this movie, they warn him about Sirius Black, but they don't really tell him anything. I'm like, okay, if you're going to warn the guy about this serial killer who's going to come out of the prison and just go after you, you might as well tell the guy, why is he after me? They just don't tell him. Why were they hiding that for him? I don't get that, but whatever. Like I said, it's still a very good movie. So I do really highly recommend it because honestly, like I said, this really changes the pace of Harry Potter and changes the tone of Harry Potter. Because once this one comes out, then 4 gets darker. 5, 6, 7, and 7 Part 2. Or 8 if you want to call it that. They all get darker and more mature, and yeah, it was more fun. And you do get to see the kids grow up a lot better. You know, obviously they were like, probably in this one, 13, 14, maybe even 15. I don't know the age that, you know, Danny Radcliffe and, you know, Emma Watson and Rupert Grant were. But you do see them mature in this, so it was very cool to see that. And, you know, you get more adult references in this movie as well. Like I said, I like it, so I highly recommend it. So, for this movie, I'm going to give this movie 7.5% out of 10. I like this movie a lot, but like I said, there are moments in this movie I'm like, why couldn't they just tell him everything, you know? Why is he always got to be kept in the dark? I mean, obviously, he's the chosen one. They all know he's the chosen one, but yet they still keep him in the dark. Anyway, so there you go. So, leave a comment below. Let me know what you guys think about Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. And what's your favorite part of this movie? Did you even like this movie at all? Leave a comment below. Let me know. Thank you, and have a good day.